what you could use is something relatively heavy. So we're going to be hitting some thrusters. My hands are going to come out the screen for a second. But yeah, we're going to go for a thruster. So for me, I've got a kind of heavy backpack. Aside from that, guys, I don't need too much more equipment. A heavy backpack would really help us. The only other thing that we'll be using is we're going to be doing some tricep dips. So again, I've got a bench with me today, but that could be a seat, it could be a sofa, it could be basically anything that you can kind of prop your hands up against and kind of push up and down. If you don't have anything to hand, that's cool, guys, don't worry. What I'll do instead is I'll give you a wee kind of hold that we can do to again get the triceps really firing. It's not a plank or a push-up as well. So I'll give you 20 seconds from now, then we'll get ourselves kicked off for our warm-up. But yeah, 20 seconds. Feel free to run around the house, you're not going to miss anything. Again, heavy backpack, preferably, or anything if you've got a kettlebell or some dumbbells to hand for some thrusters, that'd be perfect. Aside from that, we don't really need anything else other than a bench or a dip station. So another 5 seconds, then we'll get ourselves kicked off. Right, don't worry if you are not back. Well, there's no point me talking to the people who aren't back because they won't be able to hear me. So just now, guys, we're going to have a wee lie onto the back for me. You're going to get the elbows out of the ground. You're going to give me 6 wee knee rocks off each side. Make sure your shoulders and elbows stay onto the ground. You're trying to get both knees as close to the ground as you can here. Okay? Get knees going right down. Pause if you need to. For most of us, if we were quite relaxed over the weekend, didn't really move too much, this warm-up will be quite important to get ourselves nice and open, nice and mobile again. One more off each side. And relax, bring it up tall for me. From here, guys, you're going to hit 3 walkouts. A bit more advanced, guys, adding a wee slow push-up for me. So I'm going to get my feet a wee bit further. Should be back, hips come back out. I'm going to walk myself out to that plank. When I'm here, I'm coming down for 1 push-up, and then I'm going to walk myself back up tall. So 2 more reps there. Hips back, walk out to the plank. I'm going to add that wee push-up in, and then we walk ourselves back up tall. 1 more. Hips back, walk out to the plank, add in the push-up, stand back up tall for me. Okay. Now we're going to come into the downward dog, into the pitch and stretch. So again, here I'm going to show 1 off each side facing you guys. Then I'm going to turn 90 degrees so you can see them from the side. So I'm going to come into the plank, push my hips into the sky, almost as if I'm pushing my weight onto my heels. I then bring my hips forward, I drive a knee up and across, and I sink my hips down, bring my chest high. Okay, switch sides. And chest as high as I can. Hips coming nice and low. So looking for 3 off one side, 3 off the other. I'm going to demonstrate from the side to get an idea of my hip position. Hips up to the sky, knee up and across. Sinking my hips nice and low. Okay, hips down, chest high. Hips down. Chest nice and high. And relax that there. We're going to pick ourselves up nice and tall, guys. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to hit some squat to pikes. So again, I'm going to do this side on. I'm going to squat nice and deep. Grab onto the toes. Bring the hips up nice and high. Again, bum comes nice and low. Come up nice and tall, hold that stretch. We're going to do 4 more, guys. 4 more for me to take up to 6. I'm going to just do 2 facing you. So I'm going to come down onto the toes, chest up tall, hips come up nice and high, sit the bum down, and again come all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Now guys, we're going to go into your squat thoracic rotations. If you're anything like me, you've probably spent a lot more time over the last fortnight in this kind of position than you'd like to think. So it's really important we start encouraging that chest and shoulders and the thoracic part of our spine to kind of open back up again. So as I come down here, it's going to be easy to kind of come up and just touch a little bit. What I want us to do is to encourage the hand to come up as high as we can back down. So 3 off one side, 3 off the other. Try and look as graceful as you can with those wee rotations. One more off each side, guys. And relax it. We're going to go into our Spider-Man lunges now, okay? So we're going to come a wee bit further back. Here, I'm going to kick the leg up. And from there, I'm dropping the elbow down, dropping my chest down, and again, adding a little bit of flair if you can, with those rotations, and then switch. So looking for 3 Spider-Man rotations off each side. Dropping the elbow, dropping the chest. Nice big rotation up and across. And back down. One more off each side. And relax that. Guys, we're going to go through that once more for me. So we're going to come back onto the back. And we're going to go for 6 knee rocks off each side. Again, really keep trying the knees close together when we're hitting this. If I just bring one knee to the ground and keep the other one out nice and wide, I'm not going to get the same amount of movement and mobility as if I keep my knees together when I do this. That's us halfway through. Again, try and stretch the opposite hand away. Whilst we're doing this to get the most out of this movement. One more off each side. And relax it. We're going to bring ourselves back up into the walkouts, guys. So again, chest is going to stay up tall, hips wander back. I'm going to add in a wee push up here. But that is optional, guys. This is just part of the warm-up just now. And one more for me. Relax. So we're coming into our downward dogs. Again, I'm going to do the same thing, one off each side facing you, then I'm going to turn it side on. So, 3 downward dogs into the pigeon stretch off each side. Hips up to the sky, weight driving into the heels, drive up that knee, pop across, and look up as tall as you can. And switch. Hips up, knee comes across. Try and get that leg as close to 90 degrees as you can. Obviously, different types of hip mobility will kick in here, so don't worry if you're looking at me thinking, oh, he's got a good position. A lot of you will also be able to get that leg a lot further forward than me. Okay? So then we'll switch 90 degrees here so you can see the side on, hips back, knee comes across, chest comes up nice and tall, hips back. Knee comes across, chest comes up nice and tall. And you should probably at home have done 3 off each side at this point. So I'm going to pick myself back up. We're going to go for 6 squat to pike skies. So again, I'm coming down into the squat position. Grab onto the toes, hips up to the sky. Bum comes down, try and pull the shoulders back at the bottom of the squat, guys. All the way up tall. Down, 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 chest up tall. So that's the halfway mark. I'm going to turn the face. You don't need to do this at home. Hips up tall. And down. I'm going to just do one more here, guys. Try and sink that bum as low as you can and relax. Right, we're going to go into those 3 thoracic rotations off each side. Okay, so I'm holding them coming right up. Stretch that. as far across as you can, guys. And as I'm here, make sure I keep my weight onto my heels. Weight onto the heels. So more to go. And relax. Final set, guys. 3 Spider-Man lunges off each side, and we're going to get ourselves started for our first wee bit of work, our first super set. So I'm going to come into that plank position for me. I'm going to get my hips up to the sky. I'm going to kick my leg forward into the Spider-Man lunge, and I'm dropping the elbow and rotating up to the sky. And bring it back. Leg comes up, elbow and chest come down. Nice big rotation up to the sky. And down, down, down. Big rotation up towards the sky. And again, drop that elbow. Big rotation up to the sky. One more to go. And last one. And relax that there, guys. So again, we touch water if you have it to hand. We are going to look for some rear foot elevated split squats, okay? Now, if you have a chair or a bench that you've got near to you that you're going to be using for the tricep dips, this is a perfect time to make it super challenging. Of course, getting your back foot up even just a couple of inches can make a big difference as well to the split squat as well. So for me, I'm just going to grab a wee plate and bring it out onto the ground. So not crazy high. That elevation alone should make this quite challenging. Okay, most of us, pretty much everyone in this chat, I have coached plenty of times. We all know what a split squat is. Again, keep your posture up, try and get your knee just to the ground and no more. Okay, and if you're going to struggle with those split squats as well, guys, you could either look for a bodyweight squat, or we could look for some holds as well with the squats coming down, holding the bottom of the squat instead. So here we're just looking for 10 off one side, 10 off the other. Okay, let's jump in. So I'm keeping my posture up tall, trying to get the knee just to the ground and no more, and bring it back up. And try not to rush through this, guys. Spend some time in this movement, spend some time on one leg. I've got one more rep to go. I'm going to switch. Halfway through for me. Last one. And relax. Shake out the legs. Our next movement we're going to move on to is some plank reaches. So we're in quite small rep range. We're only going to hit 12, 6 off each side. So let's really emphasize the quality of movement. So only 6 a side. I don't want those hips to shiggle side to side. I don't want those hips going side to side or bum coming up in the air when we hit those plank reaches. Guys at home, if plank reaches are quite challenging, switch it to a plank shoulder tap instead. So I'm going to quickly demonstrate one off each side. I'm going to come on to a plank position, keep the bum squeezed tight, up and hold, and switch, up, hold, and switch. Try and keep a good quality of movement, and try and keep a wee pause up the top to make it really difficult. Ready guys, let's get set. 6 off one side, 6 off the other. Let's get ourselves involved. Ready? And go. Really focus on squeezing your glutes in here. And relax that there. Really focusing again those hands stretched out, guys. Okay, we touch the water, let the heart rates drop down, we'll get ourselves back in. With those plank reaches, guys, I'm a good example of this because I have my arms. The longer I go, the longer I become as a lever from fingertip to hip. and should make it a lot more challenging in the abs, okay? So having a bent arm when we reach is going to be a lot easier, maybe easier is not the word, more achievable than a straight arm. So if you find it's not too difficult, really try to straighten out your arms to get the abs involved. With the rear foot split squats, if you felt that set wasn't too tough, grab something relatively heavy or grab something to hand that you can hold to make yourself a bit heavier. If you've got the ability to jump in your front room to make it tougher, come down and drag your knee up as high as you can. Okay? Even a wee cheeky clap underneath the leg looks quite cool and also should make it more tough. Right guys, let's get ourselves set. 10 off one side, 10 off the other. Let's jump in, okay? So if I want to make this tougher without getting some weight, just drive that knee up nice and high, pushing off that front heel. Last one to go. And switch it around. Three more reps for me to go. Relax that there, shake out the legs. I'm going to grab a wee touch of water. Right guys, we're going to go back into those plank reaches again, back into those plank reaches. So again, when I'm in here guys, really trying to emphasize getting the arm out nice and wide, okay? You can hear in my voice the tension that comes on when I straighten your arm, whereas if I pull it in here, you can probably hear my voice relax. It's not quite as strenuous on the core. 6 off one side, 6 off the other. Let's go guys. Halfway. And relax that there. One more set of these two movements to go. Again, we'll let ourselves take a wee bit of rest in between them before we jump into that final set, okay? About 15 more seconds, guys. Final set of those split squats. If you felt that that last set was like a 7 out of 10 difficulty, let's try and push it up to an 8, guys. So again, grab something a wee bit heavier to hold on to with the split squats, or we can add the jump in with it as well. So we want to make this quite challenging, guys. We want to get the legs burning. Right, let's get ourselves set. Final set of 10 off each side. Chest stays up, I'm coming down, driving back up. Relax it, switch it around. Few more reps. Relax that, guys. 10 seconds, we're going to get ourselves into those plank reaches for the final time. Again, focus on that hip position. We're not letting our hips shoot side to side. You're trying to keep the body as straight as you can, with the exception of the extending arm. Okay? Ready? 12 reps. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Halfway. And relax that there, guys. Right, I'm going to pop away my plate just now. We're going to move on to a yoga push-up in a second and a thruster. So for the thruster, we need something a wee bit heavier. If you don't have anything in hand, it's cool, don't worry about it. We'll still keep going with body weight, but preferably, guys, you can have a backpack. If you have some dumbbells or even a resistance band at home, we'll show how we can use that for the thrusters, okay? Now we're going to start with the yoga push-up, guys. I don't want you jumping in just now. I'm going to talk ourselves through it. Now it starts very similarly to the downward dog into a pigeon stretch. I'm bringing the hips up. I come back to the plank. However, instead of the pigeon stretch, that's when we move into our push-up. So I'm in here, I'm just demonstrating, guys. Don't want you jump in yet. Your hips are going to come up toe. You're going to come into the push, or the plank rather. 3 seconds of a downward part of the push-up. And then from there, cobra stretch. So I'm squeezing my bum, my chest is looking right up to the ceiling, and then I come back in to that downward dog, okay? Now for a lot of us, that's going to be super challenging. If you think that that's too much of a stretch just now, guys, we'll look for a push-up, either against a bench, a bed, even against the counter, would be perfect for us. Everyone else, guys, let's look for those push-up. Yoga push-ups and really focus on that squeeze of the triceps, okay? We're going to look for 5 to 10 reps. I'm going to just demonstrate 6. A bit more advanced, guys. Let's look to take it into that double figures mark, okay? Ready, let's get set. 3, 2, 1. Hips up, into the plank. 3, 2, 1, 0. Cobra stretch. Hips up tall, guys. Into the plank. 3, 2, 1, 0. Cobra stretch. So that's 2 down, I'm going to hit 4, we'll work it down. And try and keep the control on the downward portion of that push-up, guys. Don't want you slamming down to the ground. Relax that there, guys. If you keep going at home, if we can get up to that 10 mark, should be a good chance to get the chest, but also the triceps working. Keep that going, guys. Now, as we take a wee bit of rest, I'm going to demonstrate kind of a couple of options what we can do with the thrusters. So just now I have this red resistance band in my hand. I'm going to step my feet into said band. I'm going to get my hands into the band as if it was a barbell. What I'll do is squat down, drive up, and press. Squat down, drive up, and press. Of course, you can do it traditionally if you have a dumbbell in each hand, or you have a kettlebell. You can do a more conventional thruster. For myself, what I think is the best one of the best kind of home workout kit is to just have a rucksack, guys, with some weights or some books is kind of what I go to here. So for that with the thruster, guys, I'm just going to put the hands inside it. I'm going to squat down, I'm going to drive up, I'm going to press up nice and tall, and back, okay? Again, 10 to 15 reps, a bit more advanced, guys, let's aim for 15. For the sake of video, I may not breathing heavily into the webcam, I'm going to go for 10 reps today, okay? Ready, guys, 3, 2, 1, down, drive up, and press. And try and make it an explosive drive out the squat portion, guys. I've got 3 more to go. And relax that there, guys. Pop that resistance to the side. Get a wee touch your waterboard. We'll take a wee bit of time before we jump into those yoga push-ups. That wee combination should get the back of the arms firing a little bit. Guys, especially those yoga push-ups. previously. As we push into the cobra stretch, I want you to try and emphasize that squeeze into the triceps, guys. So as you push down, you're pushing and trying to actively squeeze these muscles a wee bit more. Right, guys, 10 seconds, we're going to get back in. Again, I'm going to work it kind of for a 6 rep range on the yoga push-ups. If you're more advanced, aim for 10. If you're going to struggle with them, guys, 5's the pass mark. So let's aim for 5 good quality reps before we call it a day. Okay? Let's get set. Start in the downward dog, then we're into the plank. Down for 3 seconds to the bottom of the push-up. Then we're into the cobra stretch. Downward dog, plank, push-up, cobra stretch. Two more to go. And last one. And relax, guys. Again, keep working at home if you're closer to that 10 rep range. Let's aim for it, guys. Everyone else take a wee bit of a rest. Look for your kind of heavier bit of kit for the dumbbell, sorry, the thrusters, the rucksack thrusters as I'll call them for now. Okay, we're going to take 10 more seconds, guys. Keep working at home. Remember, you can easily catch up. Once you're ready, we'll get into this 10 or 15 thrusters here. So, again, I've got my heavy rucksack. Let's get ourselves set. 3, 2, 1. Big squat down, drive up, and press. Make sure we're looking for a full squat at the bottom. One more for me. Relax it. If you hit your 10 reps, if you can take up to 15, go for it. And we'll get a wee touch more rest before we hit that final set of the yoga push-ups and the final set on those thrusters. So again, we'll take 10-15 seconds, guys. Final set for me on those yoga push-ups. Once again, we'll get ourselves set back up onto our knees here. I'm going to come in, downward dog position. There into the plank. Down to the push-up. Up to the cobra pose. Okay, let's go. Two more. And relax that. If you're at home, keep working. Aim for that higher rep range. Take another 10-15 seconds, guys. We'll get set into our last wee bit of work with the thrusters. Morning, Roberto. I see you snuck in. Good to see you, sir. Right, guys. Get a wee bit of kit to hand. We're going to get ourselves into those thrusters again, okay? Again, I'm going to aim for 10 reps. If you're at home, aim for 15. This is the last set of thrusters. So if you get up to 15, you think you've got another 5 in the tank, feel free to push it a little bit more, okay? Ready, guys, let's get set. Final time of thrusters. Full extension of the arms. Try to avoid the kind of lying king pose with the weight in front of you. We want it right above the head. Relax out there. Get a wee touch of water on board. I'm going to bring my bench into the picture. We're not using that for the second movement, but you guys at home, we're going to be hitting our tricep dips in a second. So think about where you could maybe put your hands against a countertop or a bed, a sofa, a chair, or anything as well, guys. Okay. Now, our first movement, we are going to hit some single leg bridges though. So, I'm into the glute bridge position, guys. Heels drive into the ground, one leg comes in, and I'm going to push my hips up and bring them back down. Hips come up, hips come back down. If you straighten out that leg, the further away from you that leg is, the harder those glute bridges are going to be, the closer it is, the easier the single leg glute bridges are going to be. So we look for 12 off one side, guys, 12 off the other for me, okay? Once you're ready, let's get set. 3, 2, 1. We'll jump ourselves in. Again, hips fully extended, focus on squeezing the bum. And relax it, switch over sides. Try and avoid using the elbows and hands to push yourselves up, guys. Should just be the heel pushing through the ground to get your weight back up. Relax that there. That should be our glute bridges going. We should be feeling the glutes firing in those. Okay, I'm going to show you in the second time we come into it a slightly more advanced option using this bench. But for most others, that's going to be quite challenging for 12 reps. Right, onto the tricep dips, guys. Now, again, two options of how we're going to do this. First one, we'll have a slight bend in the knees, and we'll come almost into like a kind of squat position for it. I'm still focusing on using the triceps and pushing them down, but these legs give us a bit more stability, a bit more support. If you think that's going to be not too challenging, straighten out the legs, come all the way down, and push up top. I'm going to work for 10 reps, guys, but more advanced people get up to 15. Let's look for as many reps as we can here. And we'll go. Keep the chest out, don't let the shoulders roll forward. Now I'm chilling out there, guys. That's me at 10. Again, keep working if we are getting up to those 15 reps, okay? Good work, guys. Looking solid from what I can see in the webcams. Right, we're going to bring ourselves back into those single leg glute bridges. If you really want to make this a bit more challenging, guys, what we can do is use that bench as a counter. It's probably too high. We want something a wee bit kind of lower to the ground than counter top, okay? So here what I'll do is I'm going to get my upper back onto the bench. I'm going to get my arms out wide for a bit more support. And then it's the same movement, but I'm just increasing that range of motion. So my hips coming down, I'm going to drive up and squeeze the arms. Make sure, guys, we're not working just the bottom half of the range. We're coming all the way up. That full extension, guys, okay? So that's a much more advanced. If you hit 12 good clean reps off each side, using that bench or using a kind of sofa, that'd be excellent, guys, okay? And we keep on the mat when I'm doing this though. Let's get ourselves set. 12 and 12 again, guys. Again, avoid using those hands and elbows. Got 3 more to go. And then switching sides. Two more for me. And relaxing up there, guys. And we'll get ourselves in for those dips in a wee second. Now, there's kind of a couple of options with the dips if you think that you're really going to struggle going for a full range of motion, both of which are just isometric holds. So if I'm here at the bottom, I don't have anything close to hand, guys, just literally even pushing my hips off the ground and focusing all my weight onto the palms of my hands should get an isometric contraction into the back of the arms to get them working. Similarly, if we feel, even with the support of the legs, that was still pretty tough, guys. Bringing the hands on and even going for a smaller range of motion. So if I'm here and I was feeling I was coming down here and I was really struggling to get back up, even just coming down a portion and squeezing, down a portion and squeezing, we'll still get this challenge in the back of the arms, okay? Let's get ourselves set back up. I'm going to work for 10 reps again, guys. Let's get set. 3, 2, 1. Keeping the chest out, looking tall here. Last one. Relax up there. Take it to 15 if you can. We've got one more set in that superset to go, guys, then we're moving on, okay? So again, we touch your water on board, let the heart rate drop down. In kind of 15 seconds, we'll get ourselves into those single leg glute bridges since they don't challenge the heart rate too much. If you have some water at home, guys, grab it just now. And we'll be into our final wee superset. So, I'm going to bring myself onto the back, guys. Final set on those single leg glute bridges. Remember, whatever you hit on your weaker side, please match on the stronger side, okay? So my heels are coming down into the deck. I'm getting set for another round of 12. Let's go. Four more reps, guys. And switch around. Make sure your weight's driving through the heel in the ground, guys. Avoid letting that heel come off the ground. Two more. And relax. And we'll get ourselves in that final set in the dips, guys. Final set in the dips. 10, 15 seconds. We'll bring ourselves in. Okay? Now making sure these tricep dips, guys, you're sticking the chest out. We have the shoulders back. Okay? Let's get ourselves set. So hands are coming in the back. I'm going to walk my heels out for this final round. Chest stays up. Four more reps for me. Relax up there. Right, guys, I'm going to push this bench out the way. We're coming up to our finisher. I'm going to explain in a wee second. We don't need any weight for our finisher today, guys. So don't need any resistance. It's going to be purely body weight here, okay? So, So guys, I'm going to put a 10-minute timer on in 15 seconds. We're looking for 5 push-ups, 10 lunges, that's 5 off each side, then 15 bodyweight squats. If you wanted to avoid the lunges, guys, that's cool. If you have a stepper at home, that'd be perfect. Just go 5 steps off one side, 5 steps off the other. If not, even just mimicking some good morning positions would be perfect. So instead of the 10 lunges, we'll work 10 good mornings instead. Ready, guys? 5 push-ups, 5 lunges aside, 15 bodyweight squats for me. Timer's going on in 3, 2, 1. Now try and keep up with me at home if you can. I'm going to try and work in a consistent pace here. If you find that you can push ahead, that's great. Push ahead. So that's 5 push-ups. I'm coming up tall. I'm going to look for 5 lunges now. 5 lunges. And that is lunges off each side in case anyone's trying to jump ahead. So 10 altogether. And from there, we're going to go into 15 squats. 15 squats. Again, a bit more advanced, guys. Make this a squat jump if you can. So that's 1 round down, guys. We're at 1 minute and 10 seconds. So realistically, we should be hitting at least 6 rounds of this. Okay, let's get ourselves set back in. Those 5 push-ups. And we're back in to those lunges. And relax, we're into those 15 squats rather, 15 squats for me. Keep the quality of movement, guys. I know we're on to the finisher. That doesn't matter. You keep that quality of movement up. So that's 2 rounds down for me, guys. 2 rounds down. In a second, we're going to jump back into those push-ups. 5 push-ups. Back into those lunges now. One more for me, the lunges. Beautiful, and I'm going to go into those bodyweight squats. Halfway through those bodyweight squats, guys. Beautiful, guys. That's 3 sets down. We're at 3 minutes and 40 seconds. That's 6 rounds is definitely on the table. Pick up the pace, remember at home, guys, if you can. I'm going to be asking the guys in the mic how many rounds they got in this last day of work, okay? 5 push-ups again. We're back in to our lunges. Into the 15 squats. Five more to go. Last one. And relax, guys. That's the 5-minute mark, and that's 4 rounds down, okay? So for some of us at home, 8 sets this is definitely not out the question. Let's keep going, guys. Let's see first 7 as a team. I'm up tall, I'm into my lunges. Relax it, guys. We're on to those squats. Halfway through. Beautiful, guys. 5 rounds down. We're at 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Definitely going to get 7 sets in here if we keep up that consistent work rate. Okay, come back in to those push-ups, guys. Back into my lunges. Last one for me. And I'm back into those 15 squats. If you're anything like me, guys, your quad should be firing at this point. Five more to go. Relax it, guys. 7:45, that's 6 rounds down. Let's get that 7. If you're up at 6 or 7, guys, you're doing well. We're doing well. Keep that work rate high. Got less than 2 minutes to go. We're into our 15 squats, guys. Five more. One, relax that, guys. Right, we're up at 9 minutes. That's 7 down. Let's really pick up that pace. Last 60 seconds. Burst. Try and get through it. Okay, so we're straight in. Those 5 push-ups. And I'm straight back up into my lunges. Make them jump lunges if you can. 30 seconds left, 15 squats, guys. Let's go. Halfway. You guys got 5 seconds, you're going to try hip fly push up. And relax that there, guys. That's us at the 10-minute mark here. Slow the heart rates down. Get a wee touch of water if you need it. Quad should be firing at that point, guys. It's all about the work. You might have felt as you got to the end of those supersets. Oh man, that was quite upper body-esque. But that kind of 10 lunges and 15 squats. If you got up to 7 or 8 sets, that's a whole lot of lower body volume, guys. So we should be feeling that at this point. Now we're going to get a light knee stretch. In a second or two, we're going to find out how we all got on in terms of how many sets we got doing the AMRAPs. Can you guys still hear me okay? Nobody's chatting. Right guys, straighten one leg out, cross one leg over the other, hug that knee up, and pull that knee towards you guys, okay? So try and get the knee up towards the chin. If you can, twisting around, you're going to get a bit more movement, and the upper spine as well, okay? That's it, let's switch over sides. Dave, how many sets did you get in that AMRAP? Oof. I don't know. Maybe it's not Dave. Hold for another 5 seconds, guys. Knees up towards the chin. Try and turn it around. Relax that there. We're going to come into our child pose now, guys. So my knees are wide. I'm going to straighten out my hands, sit my butt back, and really try and get my hands as far forward as I can here, okay? Straighten our hands right out, guys. Hold for another 5. And relax that there. Now remember, guys, on the True Coach app, we have plenty more stretching available. So if you kind of feel like you need a wee bit more time stretching, feel free to jump onto the True Coach app. I'm going to hang out for a few more minutes, guys, and not just jump right off. So if anyone wants to unmute themselves, we can have a quick wee chin wag before we call it a morning.
Thanks, Calum. That was good.
Yeah,